Hey friends, Tom Judd from Global Clinical Engineering Alliance. We're so glad you joined us today to learn about this upcoming Congress this fall that you're going to hear a lot about today from a great cast of characters. So as usual, there is a Q&A tab for you to put in questions. I know there's going to be a lot of them because this is such a cool deal. And you'll learn about submitting papers here in the next month. So let's take it away, Dr. Yadin David, President of GCEA.
Tom, thank you very much. I'm excited about what we will do today. Looking forward to share that with so many people around the world, different time of the day. The day is World Health Day, I believe. So it's very appropriate for us to talk about the future of clinical engineering. And where is it heading? It's heading to the 6th International Clinical Engineering and Health Technology Management Congress in Shenzhen, China, just north of Hong Kong. Today, I would like to talk to you about the Congress because it will reflect directly the future of our discipline. And the Congress is so unique, just like the evolution of our program, with exciting events and sessions and tracks that you would like to be there. Caliroy, let's go ahead with the slides, please. Main question is, why do you want to attend the ICEHTMC in 2025? And the answer is multiple factor, many reasons. To start with, we have hosts that are waiting for all of us to come and share what they're doing and learn from you at the four corners of the world. What are you doing? What is common and what is different? And this is exciting. This is what we're talking about, the future of clinical engineering, because healthcare is local, but technology is global. And that's what the Congress is about. Sharing technology, evolution, innovation, application, management, and competency and professional readiness. As you can see, I was just last week in China for personally making sure that the Congress will carry and bring what I would like to see that you will enjoy, in addition to entertainment, the scientific program. Shenzhen, as you can see on the left side with the red box, is on the southeast of China, just north of Hong Kong. You can fly to Hong Kong. It's about 45 minutes taxi drive to Shenzhen, or you can fly to Shenzhen that has international airport as well. I walked the street. I visited the hotels that are recommended for stay. I went to the conference center, and what you see on the right-hand side is some of the cultural and gastronomical experiences that you can enjoy while you're there. In the right-hand corner on the left is the Shenzhen Congress Hall. There are many things to enjoy. They are different from other parts of the world, but they are exciting. In addition to scientific program, there is social program, day tours around for spouses and for people that have delivered the paper and have some time, free time to enjoy the surrounding. The main bullet that answer the question, why should you attend, is coming up next. So let's go and visit those. And as I said, visiting the hotel, this is the main hotel we're going to be at, the Hilton/Sheraton in Shenzhen, modern city, beautiful place, 5-star. And on the right-hand side, the bottom, you can see the conference center inside the hotel, and this is the ballroom. You're going to be enjoying having sessions there and dinner as well, looking at competition and award ceremony. I have to give credit to so many people around the world working on this program, because the success is the results of our team of volunteers working intensively since last October on this program. The Scientific Program Steering Committee is headed by Meladen, who is here with us and will give us more detail on the program and the planning. And we decided to have a committee that has specific 3 pillars: the practice chair, the industry chair, and academic chair, Zheng Kun from Hangzhou in China, where 10 years ago we started the Global Clinical Engineering event, and we celebrate the 10th anniversary in Shenzhen. Stefano Bergamasco from Italy will take the industry side, and Professor Fabiola Martinez from Mexico will take the academic chair. Of course, Tom, as always, is a planner and overseeing that all the pieces of the puzzle fit together. And Khalil, as always, advising us when we trying to get off the highway and make sure we don't bump into the guardrail. So Khalil is advising us next. Then what we see in the program highlight, I want you to get excited about it as I am. It is amazing Congress that will change the mold how our field will congregate from now on into the future. It will be unparalleled gathering of clinical engineering professionals, of innovators, industry leader and academician into a scientific program that advances the field of clinical engineering through discussion and expert-led session. We will see and hear about cutting-edge technology such as AI, robotics, cybersecurity, digital health, remote health, and sessions that involve regulatory prospects from around the world of regulation. We will be engaging in network opportunity with manufacturers, state-of-the-art startup companies in the field, in our field, distributor, industry, and exhibit hall, of course. The specialized event that I specifically want to talk about is you will hear more about the oral presentation and the sessions and the track from Meladen and the scientific program. Then there is the poster sessions. And then there are workshop and interactive engaging forum, such as international perspectives in the regulatory world. What is the difference between US FDA, China FDA, South Africa FDA, and European Medical Device Act directive? We will have our biannual Global CE Summit, where you will come in and inform us what are the common challenges we share and what is the priority you would like to dedicate the next 2 years to work on their resolution. We will do that with the use of the app WeChat on your phones, and you can vote and rank all those topics while we speak. Again, amazing feature of this new Congress and a new format. We will celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Global CE Day that tend to turn into a week because so much rich content is now shared among the world. We will go around the world and we will have presentation from different countries in the opening ceremony. There will be a best clinical engineer competition where judges from around the world designated by GCEA will participate in judging of this competition. Then we will have the annual meeting of GCEA members, and we're looking forward to share that and hold election and talk about what have we achieved and where we're going. There is so much there that I'm excited, can't wait for October 18, 17, 19, and 20 to share that. Finally, another unique feature is the Meet and Greet program. Please spread the word that we will have this special Meet and Greet program where manufacturers of medical product and distributors of medical product will come together and we will match them, manufacturers with distributors. If there is a manufacturer of sterilizer, for example, in Brazil, that is looking for distributors in China, we will match that, apply a specific one-on-one room, meeting spaces, and agenda, and will make this program a reality and worthwhile visiting with each other and develop relationship. On the other hand, if there is a manufacturers in China, Mandre have an ultrasound system that is wireless and portable, and they looking for distributors in Tanzania or in Italy, perfect time to come, meet and greet and develop commercial relationship. It's unique. That has not been done in our field. And from now on, I believe it will be part of future meeting that will be starting in this October 2025. Next, I'm so delighted with the program highlight and the reasons that you should come that I just can't hold myself, and looking forward to be with you and share that experience in October in Shenzhen. There will be more discussion about deadlines and papers and abstract, how to submit it. We're looking for July 5th to make the reviewers' decision about which papers will be accepted for oral, which one will be accepted for poster session. So we have good space for tracks to have oral presentation. We have good space for poster to be present in high traffic area. And the nice thing is you don't have to carry a poster with you. Once again, feature of the Congress. We will print the poster for you and we'll have it ready when you come. All you have to do is hang it in the high traffic foyer or the hallway next to the exhibit. The exhibit, the conference room are all on the 6th floor of the hotel, side by side, and very intimate environment. You don't feel like you're in a large exhibit congress, but you will feel like you are in the neighborhood meeting area. Everybody must register. Those that have paper that got accepted, abstract that got accepted, will be entitled to 50% discount of the fees. Therefore, once the decision of July 5th coming out, you would like to register probably after that. Only registered participant will be able to have their proceeding published by the Global Clinical Engineering Journal that is indexed by Scopus and other directory. And the Chinese registered, we made sure that it's going to be easy for the local. We expect that we will split the Congress as far as number of attendees between foreigners and Chinese to make sure that we build the bridges and we have good networking. The Chinese registrant will have the same process of registration with their form in Chinese and their own button on the program. Next. This is really exciting and really need for each one of you to spread the word about the abstract, about submitting, and about manufacturing opportunity and distributors matching. The topics are not limited to the list that you see here, but we will have the AI, the cybersecurity, the interconnectivity, the digital health, remote care, technology management that is typical for our field, risk management, women in clinical engineering, national, regional society tell the story, and the role of clinical engineer in disaster preparedness and emergency technology deployment, as well as professional and accreditation sessions. There are many, many more topics than this. We do have enough conference room to accommodate probably over 250 presentation. Next. Some important deadlines. Deadline for submitting abstract, May 22nd. Full paper will be deadline will be later. July 5th, notification of acceptance or rejection, and the Congress, of course, 17th through the 20th in Shenzhen. Next, we do have a website with a dedicated landing page for the 6th ICEHTMC. On that website, you already have the information about the Congress location, information about call for paper, and the specific details about the topics and the tracks. And you have a registration page as of yesterday that we tested, working and connected to the bank. I can't emphasize enough how nice and warm was the reception from me last week when I came to check and test and challenge everybody to make sure that the pieces of the puzzle fit together. And you will enjoy enormously coming there, not only meeting friends, but making new ones and understand, as the world changing rapidly, what is the new roles of clinical engineering in this field and how innovation and new area of AI and robotics are playing together. I tell you, half a marathon race for robots only, that's what is happening in Shenzhen. It's unbelievable. So with that, Tom, I'm putting the microphone back at you, and I appreciate this exciting opportunity to tell everybody what I just saw personally last week.
Wow, Yadin, we feel the excitement. We feel the depth of the program and all the different kinds of opportunities, all the different ways you can get a voice personally in the global clinical engineering marketplace and bring it back to your country and make a difference. We feel that. And so how can people get involved? How can they submit? And we're going to hear from Mladen Paluta here, our president-elect of GCEA, and from Cape Town, South Africa, and a guy who's done a lot of amazing program leadership before, and we're turning it over to him again this time. Mladen?
Thank you, Tom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, colleagues. This is an exciting event. I think Yadina set the stage perfectly for me. And my task is really to inform you as head of the scientific program chair as to some important steps that need to be followed and completed as soon as possible, mindful of the time between now and the Congress dates. So I'm going to present some slides as well from the perspective of the Scientific Program Committee. And I'm going to focus in on the abstract submissions just to take you through the process to show that it is fairly straightforward. But we don't want you becoming frustrated with the important part of submitting your abstract. So let me go on to the next slide. Kaliroy, thank you. So what we have now is a scientific program steering committee, which I'm privileged to lead. On that subcommittee, we've got Zheng Kun from China, and his focus has practitioners and associations. So practitioners in practice, in healthcare and industry. Fabiola Martinez, whom you also know well, she's got a focus on academia. And Stefano Bergomasco from Italy has got a focus on industry. So the reason behind these three, if you like, portfolios is that they are the 3 point people on the steering committee for member organizations and even for you on this call. If you do have suggestions for how you think a new angle could be brought in those 3 areas or in one of those 3 areas to this Congress, then please forward your suggestions through Zheng Kun, Fabiola or Stefano in their respective portfolios. I think, as Yadin said, we aim to make this an exciting program. It'll be different from others that have gone previously. It's future looking, but we also want to maximize the engagement and the information flow both ways. Also, we are blessed to have the wisdom of Said Khalil, our old colleague and friend from Brazil, Tom Judd as global liaison, and Yardine, of course, ex officio. What we are now doing, engaged with currently with the help of NATA and others, is invites have gone out to our member organizations in the first place for them to nominate representatives on the scientific program. So far, we have heard from approximately 12 member organizations, but we would like all the other member organizations that might be in this call to please forward your nominations of the representative on this important committee to myself, Copping, to Nata, and to Kaliroy, just to make sure that your nomination is captured. After the nominations have been received from the member organizations, we will then also include, from the steering committee, we will include global icons that we believe will add value to this Congress, but also have continuity to previous Congresses. And we wish to have that steering committee function moved into the background, with the scientific program committee as a whole coming into the foreground. And we want that to happen fairly soon. Obviously, all depends on the submission of abstracts. So let me go on to that. Next slide, please. So you will see here the link on the GCEA site. If you go to the Congress link itself, you'll see this call for papers. And it describes, as Yardine hopefully has unpacked, what we expect to be a unique and very exciting event in Shenzhen. Next slide, please. This has been probably discussed, and you've probably seen this, but these are the guidelines that are offered on the GCEA Congress website for all authors submitting papers, whether it's for oral presentation, poster presentation, or as you'll see there, student presentation, or for those authors who wish to both present at the Congress, but would also like to submit to the journal consideration of their work, their research, to be included as a paper in the journal itself. And that'll be a parallel process and a separate process essentially from the first task at hand, which is to review the abstracts. You'll see here highlighted, point number 5, that all abstracts must be submitted on the CMT platform. That makes it easy for you to submit, and as well as easy for us as a scientific program committee and the group of experienced reviewers that are going to be appointed to review the submissions to come to a decision, hopefully, in your case, accepted. Next slide, please. So this is the CMT site. You have to register, and once you've registered with a username or email and a password, you will see this screen. And if you click on the Create New Submission, a window pops up, as you'll see in the bottom half of the slide, of the title and then your abstract, which is limited to 500 words. Next slide, please. Yardine mentioned and showed you the list of topics as they currently stand. We obviously did limit them and not to the whole expanse of clinical engineering, because that would be a very long list. So we have these, but should you feel that your presentation doesn't quite fit into one of these, we suggest that you, in any case, select a primary or a secondary or two secondary topics that you'd like your review to be considered under, and then we will take that into account. If you prefer to email the program committee separately to say that I don't think that my submission fits into this, then we will be open to opening another topic. So that'll be, as Yardine said, that'll be an ongoing collaborative exercise in terms of the topics that we eventually end up with catering in terms of tracks in the Congress later this year. Just to again emphasize, you're asked to select a primary topic or subject that describes the focus of your work, and then up to 2 secondary topics, just to allow the reviewers to accurately categorize before they commence the review process. Next slide, please. This also acts as a stimulus, and we will share the slide afterwards. Also acts as a stimulus to all of you, to all of us, just to open our minds to the kind of work, kind of research that is considered. And I'm not going to go through each one in detail, but you'll see there are 8 different types, and each of those, in fact, is valid for a Congress of this nature. And so that will also perhaps act as a stimulus for those of you who haven't quite decided, yes, you'd like to present, but you're not quite sure what to present and how you're going to present it. So hopefully this will crystallize your thoughts in terms of where the focus of your submission or submissions will be. Again, provide you with some examples as you've seen there. And as I've said, stimulate also ideas for presentations or topics that you might not have thought of before seeing this, but now you say, aha, there's definitely something I could do in terms of a case study or policy analysis or impact assessment. It's not all about innovation. Yes, of course, we support innovation, but innovation is just one of the areas that we would focus on in terms of presentation priorities. Next slide, please. So that's really all from me. If you have questions, please, I'm here to answer them in this webinar. I can answer them in the chat, but for now, thank you.
Thanks so much, Mladen. There's a lot going on that's, it's going to take a while to process it all, but don't take too long because we got about 6 weeks before these submissions first due. And by the way, GCA, and we'll put out our emails and phone numbers, are here to help you think about this. I mean, how to, maybe everybody's got individual questions. We're happy, Calroy and I and Dr. David and Mladen and Nata, who's about to speak here as our Secretary General of GCA, how the society, the member societies can get involved particularly. We're here to, just set up a time. We'll talk with you kind of through your process of not only what you want to present and how to best get it down on paper and into the website, but also, the logistics of your travel and all that sort of stuff. We're here to help encourage you with that. We can't solve all the problems, but we can help you sort of map them out. So I'm going to turn it over to Nata Zaman here from UK, who tell us about how member societies can get involved, Nata.
Thank you, Tom. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today and truly exciting to be part of this as we build the momentum towards the 6th Congress in Shenzhen. As you've heard throughout the day, the Congress is our professional global moment. It brings together clinical engineers, health technology managers, policymakers, and innovators, and the industry from all over the world. But this is not just about sharing technical papers. It's about showcasing real-world impact, influencing global standards, and learning from one another. But most importantly, it's only as strong as the voice it can bring in. You as member organizations and societies are the backbone of this community, so that we can ensure that our members, our countries, and our innovations are represented. How can we do that? It starts with proactive engagement. We can amplify the call for submission, support new speakers, and make participation accessible. The good news is you're not alone. We are here, as Tom said, we are all here to help you and your members to expand this participation. If the call, oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, I had presentation. Sorry. Thank you, Calroy. We can move to the next slide. Thanks, Calroy. So, sorry, the next one. I've already covered this, but I'm here to just expand the help you can have to pass on the information to your members to call to submit papers. If the call for the abstract feels too broad or complex for your network, we can help you translate it. We can create a message that speaks directly to your member in your language, in your context. Even if a short post or a message in the WhatsApp group can make a big difference. We can have, if you can think of nomination in your members in your society who can lead on these, we are happy to support them directly, review a draft, help them choose a topic, or even meet for a quick coaching session, because the peer-to-peer motivation is quite powerful, and we are here to do that. You can host a short webinar with your members in your language. I can help you co-present it with you, or provide slides where you can use to help demystify the submission process and encourage participation from those who might not be usually considered otherwise. We can help you access the previous abstracts and presentation in the previous congresses. Just share with your members, help them visualize what they can contribute. And this is not just about academic prestige, it's about real stories from real practices. Using your channels to, again, expand the word around your communities. If you have a newsletter, if you have a website, your social media account, let's use it. We can draft a message for you, ready for you to just post it in your network, in your format. So again, we need to make sure this momentum keeps going. As Tom mentioned, the deadline for submission is May 22nd. But there's still time. However, we need to act right now. So encouragement today can mean visibility in October. And everything I mentioned today, I can support you with translation, with messages, webinars, slides, or co-hosting with attending some of your local members groups to just expand the words and encourage them to participate. Reviewing draft, coaching submitters, sharing examples and templates, just email me. We are here to help you. Let's make sure our global community is truly visible in Shenzhen. And I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you and your members in October in Shenzhen.
Thank you, Nata. And I know maybe you already have put your email there in the chat. And as you noticed, our Q&A didn't work so much today, but put all your questions in chat. In a few minutes, we're going to address those. These were our three main speakers. We've got some other cool faculty members here with us today. For example, we've got, and I'm going to look here on my screen with you. Let's see here. We have Mohini from India, Mohini Mehta, who many of you recognize as the head of the Fellows Program, World Health Innovation Fellow. And I know she's got some busy stuff going on in the background there at AMTZ in India, but she's encouraging across the country of India, the clinical engineers, biomedical engineers there to submit, you know, a huge group, of course, of friends of ours and member organization of GCEA, as well as, of course, we've got Jing Kun here, who you already know is one of the program leaders for the professional practice track. Jing Kun likes to go by the name Alan, A-L-A-N. So we've got some other folks online. Mohini, I think you might be offline at the moment. That's okay. Ricardo, as a kind of a global, not kind of, a global AI leader, you led that tech snapshot for GCEA in the month of February, telling about the future of AI. Give some words of encouragement to our members and participants today, please.
Thank you, Tom. Well, all I can do is echo what everybody has said before. Yadin told us about the beautiful city of Shenzhen. He told us, but he didn't say all. I mean, Shenzhen is the fastest growing city in the world. It's a city of technology. It's the Silicon Valley of China. Is where things are happening. So being able to participate in a city where things are happening, it's wonderful. Sharing with people from all over the world. And I actually have a message from the people who are listening to us today, the veterans. Like Nata said, the idea is to have participants from everywhere in the world and people who are actually doing things, working not just in academia, but in industry, making medical devices, or at the hospital, or the point of care, solving problems. Maybe you do not know how to write a paper or present or do a summary. But here, listening to us, there's a lot of veterans who should reach out to everybody in your neighborhood and help. Lend a hand, because that's what us clinical engineers do. Lend a hand, help them put together that paper, because we want to listen to all. So that's why I want to say, I encourage you all to lend a hand and bring as many of your peers as you can to make this, as Yadin was saying, the best event in the world. Over to you, Tom.
Thanks, Ricardo. I know we've got some other folks on the faculty. I don't know if there's other comments people want to make before we jump into the Q&A here for our remaining time. Or maybe there's a question in writing, Yadin? Oh, yeah. If I want to be a volunteer in the Congress, is it possible or not? And he's from Bangladesh.
Yeah, this was from Karim. This is Bashir. So he might have.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Bashir.
Okay, thank you. I did not expect I to be speaking. I was asking two questions. One was about if any member needs some help to get a visa to China, which I was answered. And my second question was about identification of your members. If I want to say that I'm a member of Global Clinical Engineers Association, sometimes I need to present my ID card or at least a registration number, which unfortunately not being offered, but I'm being answered here that in future we might have it. The point that is not clear for me, I'm in Kenya this time, I'm in Kenya in East Africa. So which is the I'm not sure about any organization here. If
We can hook you up, Bashir. I mean, AMEC, the I'm forgetting it's what the Medical Equipment Association of Kenya, AMEK. Anyway,
okay.
we can do those kind of connections. Those are the kind of questions we love, and we want to help you offline.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
And I know we've mentioned about Alan and colleague Jinkun Alan and colleague Li Bin, who have been in the leadership of the China Society of Clinical Engineering for many years. And of course, we're part of the host process with the Zhu Ming, Amy, and Jin Dong from China, CMD there in China in 10 years ago. So we, as Yadin said, they are so excited to host us again and for this 10th anniversary. Yadin, I know there were some questions that came through the chat. Maybe we can try to pick off some of those.
Sure. And I want to highlight Li Bin contribution. Specifically took the time to leave Shanghai and join me in Shenzhen to make sure that we have all what we need to make a successful Congress in October. He put the time, travel with me, and he was a main key factor for our success in the preparation. I want to give him credit. And Zheng, sorry you cannot join us as quickly as we would love to see your audio coming up, but credit to you working quietly behind the curtains and continuously helping us. I appreciate that.
So Yadin, I'm going to just go down the list and different folks can speak up. I know we've already mentioned about the visas. We believe that will be less of a challenge than the previous Congress. And there will be a web page about it, and we'll be available to answer questions as you go through that process. So hopefully we've kind of addressed that. I threw this out, Yadin, as I heard you speaking. And I know you mentioned there's a main hotel and where on the 6th floor where the Congress Center is, it'll be fantastic. Tell a little bit about, alternatives for hotels nearby and so forth.
Absolutely, Tom. I took the time again to personally visit the alternative hotels, walk it and see the distances and make sure that they are good hotel, clean, and reasonably close to the main venue. There are two additional hotels beside the main venue. One is 1.2 kilometers away, and the other one is, I believe, 2.5 kilometers away. Both of them are very good hotel, very accommodating. The nice thing is that our host, CMD, will make sure that we have transportation, buses and shuttle running between those two hotels and the main hotel continuously. Plus, again, unique for our Congress, we will have a registration desk for the Congress in each of those two additional hotels, where there will be English-speaking people able to help registering you and answering any question that you have. In addition, there is one more hotel further away, and that hotel will be designated mostly for students and people who are looking for more affordable housing. So we thought about all of them, and I think we have great answers.
Very good answer. Thank you, sir. I see Maria, our friend from UK, but really serves Afghanistan. Good to see you here today, Maria. You say, how can we access previous abstracts or papers? There's an easy answer to that, because those were put into the Global Clinical Engineering Journal as proceedings. And so those are on the website, but so you don't have to try too hard. Those are one of the things we can put out to all the registrants afterwards with those links. So yes, every time we do, in the previous 5 Congresses, we have the proceedings of all the really not just accepted papers, but all the submissions, I believe. Anyway, a lot of the papers and a lot of the posters, and so you can get ideas from those. Yes.
Rosanna has her hand up, and Mamdou, bonjour to you.
Thank you, Yadi. Just to say how amazing is to meet you all again in this giant and unique event. So highly recommended, and is the perfect moment, is the perfect momentum. Networking is now global, but most of all, clinical engineering is global. And you, Tom, all the guys are working so hard. I'm looking forward to meet you, whether in presence, Shenyun, or virtual. Anyways, you count with the participation of all of us. It's the time. Thank you.
Great, Rosanna. Love your comments.
And so, of course, you saw Bashir, the answer in chat from Simon, the chairman of AMEC, the Association of Medical Engineering of Kenya. And so would love to make that connection offline. And you can actually do that through the chat, maybe individually, Bashir and Simon. So you might be able to do that online. We've got some of our French-speaking friends here today. I'm glad they're here. And by the way, GCEA is working with HUMATEM on Friday of this week, April 11th, for a French-speaking program around the world about some great work at HUMATEM and some great resources. So check that out. All right, Mladen, go ahead.
Tom, let me say something about our French joining us here. In each of the conference room, we will have captioning and translation by AI, so might have missing some of the technical description, but we will have a translation in each of the room, and you will be able to use it on the WeChat app, which will be highly recommended if you go to China, because you will get your walking direction, maps, restaurant, and ability to pay. In China, cash is not used very much. Everything is done digitally, so you will be smart to have the WeChat downloaded before the Congress.
Very good. Mladen, go on and voice your chat. I know you mentioned about it before, but it's so important for the member organizations and the scientific committee. Mladen?
Thank you, Tom. So just a reminder to member organizations that have not as yet nominated a representative to serve on the scientific program committee, please do as soon as possible. But then also an invitation to all GCEA members, please let us have your suggestions as to what you think could be done, what you could do, and how you could contribute to the Congress so that your voice is heard, and also how you can share and collaborate with peers and colleagues from around the world. Thanks, Tom.
And by the way, maybe some of you are not members of GCEA, and of course, you know, we particularly work with national societies like AMEC and like others that are on the line today. And we also, you know, work with individuals from those countries and encourage them to be a part of their societies and help build up their societies. So you don't have to be a GCEA member, of course, to come to this Congress. You know, we have the concept in recent years of the global clinical engineering community, where GCEA partners with IFMB CED, the clinical engineering division. And of course, even the chair of CED, Ms. Fabiola Martinez from Mexico, is one of the leaders of this Congress. And, you know, so we've partnered together for years. Anyway, we want you to join GCEA as an organization, as a member, but really focus on the National Society. But come be a part of this, whether you're a member or not. We really need you. We want to hear your voice from the different regions of the world. I don't see other questions. Go ahead, Yadi.
Important message, Tom, important message for everyone is that if you are a member of GCEA, you will get a discount on the registration. And there are many other benefits to become a member of the Alliance. Definitely, you need to become a member for your own career and for your own patient community that you are serving. So I encourage everybody from AMEC to other the National Society, join the Alliance and enjoy discounted membership. Sorry.
And Yadi, while we're picking on our friends from Kenya,
discounted registration, not membership.
Yeah, so there is incentive to join, so please do. And while we're picking on our friend Simon from AMEC in a nice way, we're actually voting them in this week. I'm predicting that vote. So,
okay.
So thank you, Kenya, for coming alongside. We had individual members there like Millicent Alou and others, but we want the societies because we really can help you build up your societies.
Right. So here you are on the Global Clinical Engineering Alliance website, globalcea.org. You have a specific page dedicated to the 6th ICEHTMC Congress. If you go there, you will see that there are 3 landing pages: call for paper, registration. In the call for paper, you have what Meladen talked about, topics and explanation of the topics, and templates for the slides, as well as for abstract. Going to submit, you have to go and register to our Progress platform, and it's easy. We've picked up a program, a platform that's very easy and useful every country around the world. So if you registered, it will take you to a site where they direct you how to upload your abstract. Full papers, all the abstracts will be published in the proceeding and will be indexed, of course, in Scopus and others, but full papers will be published also in the Global Clinical Engineering Journal that is growing tremendously in readership and impact factor. So hopefully you will have a chance to do that. And we have specific instruction for you how to do that. Okay. It seemed like we get to the end of the time. We spent an hour with you. I hope that you got information that is helpful. Anybody in the room that have additional information, contact, or messages, please, before we say ciao.
Well, Dr. David, we appreciate your new kind of a gray goatee. I mean, that's kind of cool.
It's Captain David to you.
Yes, sir. Any other questions or comments? Thank you.
Thank you all. Hi, Zheng. Now I see you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yay!
Yay!
We'd love for China to parachute in.
Yeah. 1 second to say a line. Just welcome to China, Shenzhen. I looking forward meet you all there. Okay, thank you all very much.
So Alan, the stakes are pretty high. I mean, in your hometown 10 years ago, that play on the
Hangzhou.
lake, the play
Yeah,
on the
Westlake.
lake, that was so incredible. So the stakes are pretty high for you guys to do something as good as that. But I think they can.
Yeah, we can. I believe it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody, and thanks Ellen.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all.
Mm.
Bye-bye.
See you, Alan. Bye. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.